Sarah! WTH! What the F is my stuff doing in your room? My bag, my jewelry, God only knows what else is in here.
What are you talking about?
I was looking all over the place for my bag, and I just went into your room because there was literally nowhere else left to look. And lo and behold, there it was all the way behind your dresser.
Hold up. What bag? I don't know anything about any bag.
So then tell me why all my missing stuff just happened to be all in your room? I don't remember lending you any of this stuff.
I'm telling you, I have no idea. Can you just hold on until I get home? It's kind of hard for me to say anything until I at least see what you're talking about.
Oh, give me a break! This dress with the flowers is mine too!
What? Okay, stop right there. You mean the dress with the light blue flowers?
Yeah!
That's my dress! Craig gave that to me.
Excuse me? You mean Craig, my ex-boyfriend? Craig, the guy that you stole from me?
No, I mean my boyfriend, Craig.
Craig originally bought this dress for me. You stole this dress from me when you stole him.
Are you out of your mind? I didn't steal my own dress from you, and I definitely didn't steal my boyfriend from you.
Now I'm going to take back everything that's mine.
There's nothing to take back. I didn't do anything.
Mom and Dad are really pissed too, you know. Dad says we can't live with a thief in the house, even if they are family.
Oh, you little brat. So that's your plan, is it?
I have no idea what you mean. I just want you to really think about what you've done. Stealing from your own sister. If you can't even admit what you've done, why shouldn't we treat you like some common criminal? After all, what is a thief if not a criminal? You can come home to pack up all your stuff. But after that, you gots to go.
So no one is on my side here? Typical.
Of course not. I'm the favorite. Everyone is on my side. Besides, why would anyone want to live with someone who's gonna steal their stuff? Go live by yourself and steal your own stuff.
Hey, are you free?
Hey, what's up?
So, I've just been kicked out of my house.
What? What happened?
Hillary accused me of stealing her stuff. She said that I stole you from her, too. And she even said that the dress you gave me for my birthday was originally for her, so I stole that, too.
Wait, what? She said you stole me? But I've always been your boyfriend. I never even met Hillary before I started coming over to your house to hang out with you. And of course I bought that dress for you.
Yeah, but no one is listening to me. My parents just believe whatever Hillary says, as always.
Ah, so that's how your family is. Well, to tell you the truth, there was a time when your sister actually asked me to leave you for her.
Man, I'm not even surprised at this point.
I told her no, of course. But I wonder if that's what sparked this. I'm really sorry if that's the case. I didn't really think she would do something this extreme.
It's not your fault. No normal person could have guessed that. But I had a feeling this was going to happen sooner or later. I never expected it to be as crazy as getting framed for stealing my own dress, sure. But she's told me before she's going to get me disowned. Honestly, it's almost a relief that it's finally happened.
Oh, no kidding.
Anyway, I guess I'm going to get a motel for the time being and then start looking for a place to live.
Wait, Sarah. How come you haven't asked me for any help?
What do you mean?
Why don't you come live with me?
What?
I've been thinking about it for a while, but I couldn't say anything before. I know you have all those good memories with your grandpa, and that maybe makes it hard for you to think about leaving home. But, and sorry if this sounds bad, but I guess this is kind of like my big chance. I told myself that I would definitely ask you if this kind of thing ever happened. So, what do you think? Will you move in with me? And not just that, if everything goes the way I hope it will, I'm hoping that we can get married someday.
Oh, Craig, I don't know what to say.
And I know that you're not a big fan of my current place since it's on such a high floor. So actually, I've been getting periodic updates about potential places that might suit you. I figured that way we could find a place quickly if the chance ever came. So, what do you think?
I'd love to. Thank you, Craig. I can't even tell you how much I'm looking forward to this.
Oh, thank God. I was so nervous. I have been waiting forever to ask you. In that case, I'll get to work right away. There's actually a place that I've had my eye on. I'll see if I can make an appointment for us to go look at it. And let me know if you have anywhere particular in mind, and I'll schedule a visit there as well.
Okay, thanks.
All right, let's do this.
Are you still here? Will you hurry up and finish moving already?
I've just finished packing, so I'll be out soon.
Oh, are you really almost finished?
I was just giving you a hard time about taking too long.
You're no fun.
It's not like I really have all that much stuff to begin with. I just have to put it all in the car and take off.
I don't really care about the details as long as you're gone. I'm thinking maybe I'll turn your old room into my new closet.
Oh, yeah? Anyway, I don't need any of the furniture in there anymore, so do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do anyway. You must be feeling so bad right now. Unloved, thrown out of the house by your own family. Poor baby.
I think it's actually going to be a step up, actually.
Oh, yeah? Sarah, you don't have to act so tough. Anyways, I guess it's a fitting end for a criminal. And by the way, you're out of the family. You might want to think of a new last name. Ta-ta! Hey, Sarah! Where did Craig go?
What? Who is this? Hillary? We're not family anymore, remember?
This isn't the time for that. It looks like Craig moved out of his apartment. What the heck is the meaning of this?
Don't tell me you went to his apartment.
Why shouldn't I go to my own boyfriend's apartment?
Yeah, about that. He told me about how he rejected your, advances.
No, see? If Craig is dating the oldest daughter and you're kicked out of the family for being a thief, that makes me the oldest daughter. Ipso facto, he's dating me.
Ipso facto? I don't think that's how relationships work.
Whatever. Where is he anyway?
We're living together in a new place.
Huh?
Yeah, the lease was almost up on his old place. And he knew that I'm not so great with heights, so he suggested that we find a place a little better suited to me.
What the heck? He's still with you even though he knows that you're a criminal?
Oh, that's right. He told me you messaged him the very next day after I moved out to tell him I'm a thief.
So what if I did? After he read it, Craig told me that he is fully aware of the situation.
Yeah, because I told him about the situation. That doesn't mean that he believes I'm a criminal or that he's your new ipso facto boyfriend or whatever.
What? But I told him about how you stole my stuff.
You mean that thing you told him about taking back the necklace that I supposedly stole? The picture you sent?
Yeah, so?
We ordered that necklace special. It has our names engraved on it, dummy.
What?
They're in really small cursive, so it's a little hard to tell if you don't know how to look for it, but my name is definitely on there. My name, not yours.
Are you freaking kidding me?
So all your picture really did was prove that you're the real thief here.
Not that he needs any proof.
Even without that, of course he believes me.
I don't believe you.
So, about that necklace and that dress. I want you to leave them both with Aunt Brie.
No!
Come on, it's not like you can go around wearing a necklace that has my name engraved on it. And the dress won't even fit you. I'm 2 sizes smaller than you.
Hey! You don't have to say that. Sarah! Hey! How much do you make per month?
Are you serious? It's been 3 months since you messaged me last, and this is what you have to say?
It's the house! Did you know Mom and Dad don't own the house? They're just renting!
Yeah. That's been the case for like 2 years now.
What?
Wait, you didn't know?
What is going on? It's Grandpa's house. Dad has lived here his whole life.
Yeah, and Grandpa died 2 years ago. And in his will, he left the house to Aunt Brie.
So that makes Aunt Brie what? Our landlady?
It would appear so.
But why? Dad is the oldest. Doesn't the oldest usually get the house?
I mean, no one has really told me all the details or anything. But I guess Dad got into some debt or something when he was younger. Grandpa ended up paying the debt for him on the understanding that it would be coming out of his inheritance.
Really?
It looks like that ended up materializing as Aunt Brie getting the house in the end. But it wasn't really good for anyone to have us move out after living there all that time. So Dad worked out an agreement with her to rent the house.
Okay, whatever. About that rent. How much do you make a month?
What's it to you?
Dad can't afford the rent all by himself.
I'm pretty sure that Aunt Brie made a pretty reasonable rental agreement, though.
Really? $2,000 per month?
In that location and with that amount of space, I think the house would go for at least $3,500. We were getting it for a bargain.
Well, we can't pay. Mom and Dad are losing their minds.
Ah, I guess that makes sense. I was covering like half of the rent up until now.
You were?
But since I moved out, it stands to reason Dad has to cover all of it by himself. Although whatever else you can say about Dad, you can't really say he makes a lot of money.
Hey, it's not funny! Since when doesn't he make a lot of money?
You know his company went out of business 3 years ago? He took a pretty massive pay cut when he joined his new company. Like $15K a year.
It was that bad?
That's why I was helping out with the rent.
So, wait. Seriously, how much money do you actually make?
Well, I guess about twice as much as Dad right now.
For real? Well, then you have to keep helping us with the house.
Why would I do that?
Because your family is in trouble. It's your job to help us.
Is that right? Who was it that called me a thief and chased me out of the house again? And didn't you say something about how I was no longer considered part of the family?
Forget about all that, okay? We're like 3 months behind on the rent right now. If we don't pay it all by next month, we literally have to leave. If you help us out, I'll forgive you and we'll let you move back into the house, okay? So please hurry up and just pay this off for us. Oh, and one more thing. Mom and Dad told me to tell you that they'd like you to take over the entire rent from here on out.
Let me just think about that for a second. Pass.
What? Why? I told you that we'd let you move back in, didn't I?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't need you guys to let me do anything. I didn't do anything wrong in the first place.
You stole Craig! But as I said, I'm willing to overlook that.
How about this? Why don't you tell Mom and Dad the complete and unabridged truth about what happened? Admit to them about how you lied about me being a thief so that you could have me thrown out of the house.
Why don't we just call it water under the bridge?
You know what? Forget it. Even if you tell them, I don't really feel like coming back anyway.
Why not?
Craig and I are getting married.
What?
I seem to remember you telling me to get a new last name. Anyway, we're making our own family and our own home.
But, hold on. Okay, fine, whatever. You can still give us the money, can't you? It's just $4,000 per month. That's nothing for you, right?
Wow, that's interesting to hear from someone who doesn't even work.
Hey, don't bring me into this.
How about Mom? She doesn't work either, does she?
You know she doesn't.
That's probably the first thing that you guys should figure out. You guys should be embarrassed about jumping straight to charity when you could be working.
How can you say that?
Because this is not the time to cuddle you or sugarcoat things. You have to hear this straight up. I have absolutely no intention of helping you even one bit.
How can you sleep at night?
With my fiancé. Ta-ta now. I have no idea what my parents thought they were going to do about the rent when they agreed to kick me out of the house. But anyway, my mom messaged me the next day furious, saying that the rent was my responsibility, same as ever, and that I needed to hurry up and pay it. I didn't want to deal with any of that anymore, so I changed my phone number and cut off contact. And without my financial support, my parents and sister were left totally unable to afford the house. They ended up having to move into a place more representative of their means. But it gets better. My mom and sister refused to work, same as ever. My dad started to wear down under the pressure of shouldering the entire burden of supporting 3 adults by himself until he broke down, served my mom with divorce papers, and fled. As for my mom and sister, some relatives who couldn't bear to overlook things scolded the two of them until they both found jobs that could provide them with housing. But knowing them, it'll only be a matter of time until they're fired for slacking off and kicked back out into the cold, unfeeling night.
Hey Katie, I won't be home until late tonight. Work needs me to stay and finish off some important reports in time for a meeting tomorrow. Sorry.
Wait, what? But we have my dad's will reading today at 5. Will you be able to make it to that?
No, sorry. I'm simply just way too busy to take any time off. My boss is already annoyed at me for the fact that I went to your dad's funeral. I can't afford to annoy him any more than I already have.
But what about the will?
You're gonna have to go by yourself, I'm afraid.
Seriously? You know how much my dad meant to me. I can't go to his will reading by myself. It'll crush me. He was my rock growing up. You know he was the one who raised me after my mom left us, so I can't do this alone. I can hardly stop myself from bursting into tears randomly throughout the day. There's no way that I'll be able to sit through this will without crying. I really need you with me for support, John.
Look, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do. I'm needed here.
Surely, as your wife, I am more important than a job, right? I'm sure your boss will understand that I really need you here, just for today.
Get fired if I go. Do you want that? We'd have no money then. So, I don't know how you'd think we'd survive.
You won't be fired for coming to a will reading with me. I'm pretty sure that's actually against the law. You can get compassionate pay, you know.
Yeah, well, it still looks bad even if I would be leaving for compassionate reasons. My boss doesn't take too kindly to people missing work unless something truly devastating has happened and it's an emergency that they simply cannot get out of.
This is truly a devastating event, though. My dad has died.
Yeah, but he's not my dad, is he?
Fine. If that's how you want to be, then so be it. I'll just go to the reading myself.
Good, that's what I've been telling you to do. Maybe if you actually listened to me sometimes, we wouldn't end up in these kinds of arguments.
Whatever. Don't expect me back tonight. I'm going to spend the evening at my friend's place. I mean, she's been more considerate and comforting than you have in this whole situation. Oh, and don't think I didn't notice you constantly checking your phone the day of the funeral. Even through the service, you were doing it. How rude is that?
I've had important business calls to answer. I'm sorry if not all of us can just stop working whenever we feel like it, but I do have to earn the money for us, you know?
Whatever. You didn't have to do it then. But I can't be bothered to care right now. I'm staying at my friend's. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Seriously? You're gonna be that petty? What about my dinner?
Excuse you?
My dinner? You know, that thing that should be waiting for me when I get back home from work after a long, hard day?
I know what dinner is. But how is it my responsibility to cook it for you? Especially at a time like this where I'm heartbroken at losing my dad?
Well, that's your job. As my wife, you need to do the cooking and cleaning and make sure that everything is how I want it.
What? Where on earth have you got that idea from? I'm not some 1930s housewife who does whatever you tell her to.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? You're always so busy going off and being independent that you never have time to take care of the house or me. I work long and hard hours, and I think I deserve to have someone show me a little bit of pampering for everything I've done. I work for all of your money.
No, you really don't. I work for my money and I have done since I was 16 years old. That also means that you're not the only one who works hard, you know. I work just as hard as you do, and then I'm expected to come home and do the cleaning and the cooking and everything in between, whilst you're just sitting on your butt watching TV.
Well, that's just because everyone knows that men work harder than women. It's just expected of us, so we should be looked after by our wives when we come home.
Unbelievable. I really just can't deal with you right now. I'm going to go and hear whatever is in the will, and then I'm going to go and have an evening with my friend where we can reminisce about my dad. Please don't message me unless it's important.
Whatever. So, what did the lawyer say? What'd your dad leave us? Katie? Hello? Anyone there? It's kind of rude to ignore people, you know.
John? Is something wrong? Why are you messaging me?
Huh? Well, why would anything be wrong? I just wanted to know how the meeting went with the lawyer.
I told you not to message me unless it was an emergency. I don't want to talk to you right now. And I really don't want to discuss the will at the moment. I'm trying to just have a nice evening with my friend. If you really wanted to know, you should have come to the meeting with me.
Oh, you're not still moaning about that, are you? Look, I was busy, so I couldn't. But that doesn't mean you can't tell me about it now. I mean, I know your dad was fairly well off, so he must have left us quite a bit of money. So, how much have we got?
Are you kidding me? You're seriously messaging me after ditching me during one of the most difficult times of my life? Just to ask if my dead dad has left me any money? I can't actually believe you right now.
Yeah, well, I'm only asking what everyone wants to know. The whole point of a funeral is to finally get the will at the end of it. I could really do with a little bit of money. There's a new car which I've had my eye on for a little while, and I'd love to get it.
Really? You want to spend the money my dad has left me in his will, my inheritance, on a car for yourself? How selfish can you get?
No, it wouldn't be just for me, obviously. You'd use it as well. It would just be something fun, which your dad would have loved as well, don't you think?
Well, I guess. I suppose it depends on what kind of car it is.
Oh, you'll love it. It's a real classic.
Really? Huh. Well, okay then. My dad has left me his company and all of his assets, along with a few $100,000 in cash.
What? He's left you all that?
Yeah. I mean, I am his only child, so it kind of makes sense that he would leave me his company to do what I want with it. I know it's not a massive business, but it earns a healthy living, so I could be quite well off with it.
Yeah, we definitely could. I mean, I could actually quit my job and live the luxury lifestyle I've always wanted to live.
Well, we'd have to see about that. We can't go spending money recklessly, as then we'd end up with nothing left. Besides, my dad left me this money in his company so that I could have a secure life and not have to worry about money. He wouldn't want me to squander it away.
We wouldn't be squandering it, simply enjoying some well-earned comforts and luxuries that we can finally afford. In fact, I might go and order that car right now. We finally got the money for it. I think I'll also look up how much a holiday would cost. I think I definitely deserve one after everything that I've had to put up with.
John, just wait a minute.
Katie, just chill for once, would you? Let me just have a bit of fun. You're always so boring and careful. It's really annoying. I finally have money, so I'm going to enjoy spending it on the finer things in life for a change.
It's not your money to spend. It's my inheritance.
As your husband, I automatically get it as well. What's yours is mine and all that. Being married is finally paid off for once.
It doesn't work like that with inheritance money, John. Only the recipient gets access to it, and they get to decide what to do with it.
No. The husband gets to decide what to do with it. That's me. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna be celebrating this evening, and I've got some phone calls to make, so don't try and call me or anything. I probably won't be able to respond.
You're celebrating my dad dying?
No, not dying, just everything he left us after he died. It's not every day that you get something like this. We're quite lucky if you think about it. Some parents leave their children nothing.
I seriously can't believe you're celebrating my dad dying. What is wrong with you? Actually, don't bother answering that. I already know.
Yeah, whatever. See you later or something.
Hey, John. I just saw that you've looked at getting that car you were looking at, but looking on your laptop was quite interesting, I must say.
What are you doing on my personal laptop? That's an invasion of privacy.
Whoa, chill out. I get that your laptop is yours and everything, but as your wife, I should be okay in using it as well.
Well, you shouldn't be on it. You didn't even ask me.
Well, I'm getting the distinct idea that you've got something on this laptop that you don't want me to see. Is that right?
Huh? No, it's just that's my laptop. I have personal things on there.
You mean like all of your messages with your girlfriend, Charity? You can drop the act now. You're not fooling anyone, and you haven't been for a while now.
What do you mean?
Do you really think that I didn't know that you were cheating on me? I mean, come on. You didn't exactly try very hard to hide your tracks. You even basically told me not to message you the other day because you'd be celebrating my dad's death. The only reason you wouldn't respond to a text is if you were doing something you weren't supposed to. I also have friends, people who have seen you out and about with your new girlfriend. Did you honestly think that they wouldn't tell me about you cheating on me?
Well, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore anyway. I was just gonna wait considering your dad just died, but I want a divorce.
A divorce? Seriously?
Yep.
You are seriously unbelievable. Look, just leave me alone from now on. Got it? We can talk about all of this when I get home in a couple of days.
Fine, but putting this talk off isn't gonna stop me from divorcing you.
Whatever.
So, you've had your couple of days. Are you finally ready to talk about our divorce?
Our divorce?
Did you miss the divorce papers right there on the table? Quick, sign those papers and send me Dad's money ASAP.
The divorce papers you signed earlier? They're already filed.
Huh?
I've already submitted the papers to my lawyers as you'd kindly signed them earlier.
How stupid can you get? That's exactly what I want.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Your dad has just died and left you thousands of dollars and even a company. I, being your husband, get half of everything you have, so I get to have half of all your money and I don't even have to lift a single finger to earn it. Oh, and if you hadn't guessed, the new car is for me and Charity, as if I would share something so cool and fun with you, the most miserable person on the planet. You'd have to be a moron to think I'd do that. It looks like everything is going exactly as I wanted it to.
Oh, wow. You sure had everything planned out, didn't you? How long have you been waiting to put this little scheme into action? Was it your idea, or did this Charity help you come up with it? Surely you couldn't have been smart enough to come up with something like this on your own.
Charity might have helped me come up with the idea, but I'm the one who perfected it. Once I have half your money, me and her can finally go and live a fun life like we've always wanted to. We might even be able to befriend some people in higher places. Who knows? I just know that my life will be 1,000 times better without you in it.
Yeah? I was just about to say the same thing, actually. There's just one teeny tiny flaw in your plan.
Oh yeah? What's that then? Because as far as I'm concerned, I got you snookered.
Yeah, you would have. If not for the fact that I don't have my inheritance yet.
Huh? What are you on about?
You know how my dad never liked you? He always said that you were no good for me. Well, turns out he thought you'd try and do something like this to me, So he made it a point to say that all of my inheritance will only be given to me after a holding period of 6 months, or if you left me, I could get it straight away. Thankfully, you decided to divorce me, which means I'm able to get all of my inheritance ASAP. Although I can't get it until we are fully divorced.
What?
Also, with all of the evidence that you've so helpfully given me, confirming that you cheated on me and even came up with a plan to scam me out of my money, any judge and jury will surely rule in my favor. It looks like you'll be the one who'll be paying me quite a lot in compensation for your unfaithfulness.
That can't be true. No way. That's not fair.
That's what happens when you cheat on your partner. But at least you and Charity will be able to forget about things for a while, whilst in your new car. That is, if you can afford it.
There's no way that I can pay for the car anymore. I was gonna use your dad's money. You need to give me the money for it. It's the least you can do.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't owe you anything. You were so horrible and cruel to me after my dad died. At no point did you try to comfort me or console me. You just snuck around behind my back with your girlfriend and tried to make me feel bad for not being a good wife.
Well, I didn't mean it.
That's such a pathetic excuse. No, I'm done with you. I'm just glad that you showed me your true colors before I wasted any more time on you. You'll never see me again, John, and you most definitely won't be seeing even a penny of my money.
Katie, wait, please, I love you.
Well, that sucks for you, because I don't love you. It's time I finally did what my dad said I should have years ago and find someone who actually appreciates me and loves me for me, not for what I can do for them. Goodbye and good riddance. After revealing to John that I knew all about his affair, I quickly started the divorce proceedings so that I could get rid of him as quickly as possible. Just like I thought, with all the evidence about his affair and attempted scam, the judge sided with me quite quickly. I received a lot of compensation from my ex-husband due to his behavior and the fact that he purposefully withheld affection from our relationship due to this other woman. After the divorce was finalized, I moved houses into something a little nicer. I also sold the company my dad left me, as I had no idea on how to run it and I didn't really want to, anyway. It sold for quite a lot of money, which I was able to add to my inheritance and put into a bank account for my pension. And thankfully, I don't have a lazy husband who expects me to do everything for him, trying to mooch off of me. I've also met a new man who I have been seeing for a little while now. He is kind and caring and actually cares about me and not the money I was left. I'm happy things worked out in the end. As for John, the last I heard was that his girlfriend had left him due to him not getting the inheritance money. He's since been single and forced to work long hours by his boss. If only he had the courage to stand up to him. Oh well. I guess he'll just have to deal with being told what to do his entire life, as he is simply too dumb to do something for himself about his situation.